This is a demo of something that we're developing called Federated Gateway. The concept is that you're a service provider and your customers are running OpenFaaS community or standard, and you're accessing their gateway over the internet or an inlets tunnel. However, today your customers share their basic auth password for their admin user, and you have security concerns about how you're going to transmit that and rotate it and manage it. So what I'm going to show you today is how we're going to use Keycloak or any OIDC provider to act as a trusted source, and we will federate with that. So the gateway will be able to accept a token and then access a cluster on behalf of the service provider. Okay, so this all starts with Keycloak. I've got an instance of Keycloak, which you can see now, and I'm in the OpenFaaS realm. Within the OpenFaaS realm, I've created a client. Now this just happens to have the domain name of how I'm going to access this. If you're on an inlets tunnel, you could use a tunnel name. And I have a client secret, which I have copied. And I will be using that to make some access in a minute. What I also have is the issuer's realm URL. If you're using Okta, this would be the Okta URL configured here, where my gateway is. This is the federated gateway, and this is what would run with Helm by the time you get access to this. I'm just going to run it on my machine. I can see that we've downloaded the OIDC configuration for that, and we're up and running. The next thing that I will do is take that client secret. I already have a client name, and I'm going to create a curl statement that will go and get us a token, and this is effectively what your application will do before you access it. So instead of using this password, this is what you're going to do. Now we see an access token here, and we can actually use this now if we're quick enough and the token doesn't expire. We are fed GW -- token. And it worked. I've been able to do a FaaS CLI list using a token that I obtained. The audience has been verified, and that's all there is to it. Within Keycloak, the setup is marginally more complicated than it needs to be because of recent changes, but we have documentation, and then for every new customer, we will create a client, give them their own ID and name, and then generate a secret for them. Now, the code running via Helm is always going to verify the audience. So if you sent a request to the wrong client, nothing is going to happen. Now, these tokens by default are also very short-lived. It may have already expired, and if not, this will expire very, very quickly. And if you want to have a look at what's inside it, head over to jot.io, paste that encoded text, and you can see exactly when that's going to expire. It's going to expire in about 3 minutes. We've got our audience field set correctly. Okay. And we have a little bit of other metadata in there. So this solves the problem. You deploy Keycloak or you configure Okta to have a number of different clients. For each client, when you want to talk to them over inlets or the internet, you obtain a token with their audience. You then send that as the header when you talk to OpenFaaS, and that's job done. No more sharing passwords. Okay. Right, I'm going to stop the recording there.